Hi there, let's spend a few minutes now just thinking about how a business might create a competitive advantage by offering something which is superior than the competition, superior value. In other words, a market positioning based around a better value proposition. As customers, we're often making decisions about which goods and services, which products we want to buy by comparing what's known as the value proposition. Looking at one product against a competing or rival product and deciding the relative merits in terms of quality, price, features and more. And by providing a superior or better value proposition than the competition, well, if that can be sustained, that's potentially a source of competitive advantage for a business in any market. What we've listed on the next slide are 4 examples of how this might be done. And I've tried to come up with an example of each, but really keen to see your thoughts on other examples that you could add to these. So please do add them to the comments box in this video. Well, what we're doing here is trying to identify 4 ways in which a business can create a value difference with the competition. So number 1, offer more, but for less than the competition. So this is a really compelling one, isn't it? Businesses like IKEA, I reckon, offer consistently high quality, great quality, I think, but for relatively low prices. That's a really difficult thing for competitors to be able to match. And a lot of that is by delivering low prices, and a lot of that is driven by very strong efficiency, low unit costs. Here's another way: offer more for more. In other words, customers who are looking for the best, looking for premium products, prepared to pay, wanting to pay for prestige products, goods and services, brands that they value. This is typically the offer of businesses like Rolex and others that offer superb luxury products with prestige value and a price to match. And that's often a compelling way to sustain an advantage in a market whilst everybody else fights for the lower price demand. Here's option number 3, which is to offer more, but for the same. In other words, consistently improving the features, the benefits, the sophistication, the technology of a product, but essentially keeping the price the same as those new improvements are added. And I think iPhone is a good example of that. Over the years, generally, the iPhone has roughly remained the same kind of price with exchange rates and other variations here and there. But what you typically get for the same price with each new issue of an iPhone is improved functionality, new features, and some quite sophisticated technology making use of the software. I think that's a good example. What do you think? Have you got a better example? And lastly, our 4th way of creating a superior value proposition is to offer less, but for much less. In other words, to try to identify value customers who appreciate low prices and good products. And I think Primark is a good example of that. Of course, there are lots of others that, in particular, in low cost industries. Let's take Aldi in the supermarket industry that offer less. Of course, it's maybe a less choice, fewer products in the range, but for significantly less in terms of price. And that too has proved in the case of those businesses to be a very superior value proposition. What do you think? Have you got some other examples? What do you think to my examples? Add your comments to the comments section of the video below. But hopefully that's been a useful overview of this idea of value propositions and trying to win when it comes to competitive advantage.